final game to finish. I was watching that a little bit. Right off the jump, I just want to say that, I'm not a big college sports guy, but I know a lot of you guys asked for this, so I just want to recap the tournament, but really I did not watch too much of this, so I'm mainly just going to go over the bracket here. This is the final bracket, up to the final game here, which as you can see was left blank, so I'm going to have to fill that in at the end. I'm going to print this off earlier today. Also for the angle, using my webcam, I'd usually use my main camera for this, but that is currently in use for something else at the moment, so can't use that. But we're gonna go over the bracket now, starting with the first four. And this is how they determine which teams get into the final 64 teams. These 2, 4, 6, 8 teams play. This is all single elimination, of course, to determine who gets in to play these teams. So, starting with the first four, A&M Corpus Christi versus Southeast Missouri State. Corpus Christi takes that one, 75-71. Mississippi State versus Pittsburgh. Close game there, 1 point game, but Pittsburgh wins that one 60-59. Texas Southern versus FDU. FDU wins that one 84-61. And finally Arizona State versus Nevada Wolfpack. The Arizona State Sun Devils win that one 98-73. Giving us this, we're going to start on the left side of the bracket. 1 seed Alabama versus 16 seed A&M Corpus Christi, who won the first four. They have the privilege of facing the 1 seed, and Alabama wins that game 96-75. Number 2 seed Maryland going up against West Virginia. This is a closer game than I think Maryland might have expected, but they win that one 67-65. Now we have San Diego State. They're a 5 seed. One of the feel-good stories about this tournament, as you can see, they come all the way down here to play in the championship. They just played their championship game. So they beat the College of Charleston 63-57 in the first round. Virginia versus Furman. Number 4 seed Virginia versus 13 seed Furman. And here we come to our first upset of the tournament. Furman wins by 1 point. 68-67, and this tournament had a good number of upsets. I don't know if it was more or less than a typical year, but in my very casual understanding of March Madness as somebody who doesn't really watch it, this tournament had more upsets than a typical year. And I think I saw a thing that said there was not a single perfect bracket remaining after the first round. I feel like I hear that news story a lot about the bracket busting, but it seemed especially common this year. We have Creighton versus North Carolina State. Creighton wins that one 72-60. 3 seed Baylor versus, I think that says 14, but it's kind of hard to read these numbers because they're so small. UC Santa Barbara. Baylor wins that one 74-56. Missouri versus, Missouri versus Utah State. Missouri wins that game 76 to 65. Arizona versus Princeton. Arizona's the 2 seed, and I think Princeton is. Let me look. Princeton is 15. Princeton's 15. And this one was the really big upset. 2 seed getting upset by Princeton. You know, the Ivy League schools usually don't do great in athletics, but Princeton actually went on a bit of a Cinderella run this tournament. They were kind of a feel-good story, at least for me. I did watch all of the Princeton games because it was such a big news story. Princeton beats the number 2 seed Arizona 59 to 55, and I think it was the Princeton game that officially busted the majority of the brackets that were out there, but it might have been another game. Another really big upset. This one actually might be bigger than the Princeton upset. 1 seed Purdue gets beaten by the 16 seed FDU. FDU, I think, is like Florida something university. I actually don't know what the D stands for. But FDU beats the 1 seed Purdue 63 to 58. I think I saw something about Purdue has had really bad outcomes these last few tournaments. I don't really know, but I just kind of saw something about that. Purdue not really performing well in March Madness, but Memphis versus Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic beats Memphis 66 to 65. Duke versus Oral Roberts. Duke wins that one 74 to 51. Next up, we had the 4 seed Tennessee versus the 13 seed Louisiana. Tennessee wins that one 58 to 55. Kentucky versus Providence. The Kentucky Wildcats. Isn't that Kentucky? No, Kentucky Jayhawks. Again, this is how bad I am at, no, it's the Kansas Jayhawks. It's the Kentucky. It's the Kentucky. Hold on, I'm gonna get this. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Kentucky. Where are they? I'm scrolling through the games and I don't even see them. Right, it just says UK. I think it's the Kentucky Wildcats. That was embarrassing for no reason. They beat Providence 61 to 53. Kansas State versus Montana State. Kansas State wins that one 77 to 65. We got Michigan State versus Southern California. 7th seed Michigan State wins that one 72 to 62. And our last game on the left side of the bracket, Marquette versus Vermont. And Marquette wins that one 78 to 61. Moving now, we have the right side of the bracket, so I'm going to reach across here. I could try this right-handed, although this feels very unnatural. 1 seed Houston, 16 seed Northern Kentucky. I can't do it right-handed. Houston wins that one 63 to 52. Iowa versus Auburn. Next up on the right side, Iowa loses. Auburn advances there 83-75. Miami versus Drake. Miami takes that game 63-56. Next we have Indiana versus Kent State. And Indiana takes that one 71-60. Iowa State versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, who came out of the first four, but then they upset Iowa State 59-41. Pretty good. Win the first four and then come in and get an upset in the first round. Xavier versus Tennessee State. Xavier wins that one 72-67. Next up we have the 7 seed Texas State versus the, I think that's 15 seed or 14 seed Penn State. But Penn State actually gets the upset there and takes that one 76-59. Texas Longhorns versus Colgate. The Longhorns upset the toothpaste 81-61. Kansas versus Howard. Kansas, one of the favorites to win this tournament, and they win in the first round here against Howard 96-68. Arkansas versus Illinois. Arkansas wins that 73-63. St. Mary's versus VCU. St. Mary's gets the win there 63-51. DCU beats Arizona State 70-70. Gonzaga gets out of the first round against Grand Canyon 82-70. Northwestern beats Boise State 75-67. That's what they get for playing on a blue field. And UCLA beats UNC Asheville 86-53. So as you can see, there's a lot more chalk on the right side of the bracket. Multiple upsets on the left. Not very many upsets here on the right. Second round. Alabama versus Maryland. Alabama takes that one pretty easy, 73-51. This was interesting though, because Alabama's definitely a football school. They've never really been known for their basketball, but they actually were a good basketball team this year, so that's actually kind of cool to see. San Diego State versus Furman. Furman's feel good, good vibes come to an end. San Diego State beats them 75-52. Creighton versus Baylor. That goes the way of Creighton 85-76. Missouri versus Princeton. Princeton continues their Cinderella run with another upset over a higher seed, beating the 7th seed. Missouri 78-63. FDU versus Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic wins the Battle of Florida 78-70. Duke versus Tennessee. Duke goes out in the second round. Tennessee winning by 13, 65-52. Kentucky versus Kansas State. Kansas State takes that one 75-69. Michigan State versus Marquette goes the way of Michigan State. They win it by 9, 69-60. Very nice score for them. Moving to the left side of the bracket now. Houston versus Auburn. The 1 seed wins again here. Houston takes that one 81-64. Miami versus Indiana. Miami takes that one. The Hurricanes win 85-69. Pitt versus Xavier. Pitt's feel good run comes to an end. Xavier beats them 84-73. Penn State versus Texas. The Longhorns keep it going. They win that one 71-66. Kansas versus Arkansas. The 1 seed loses to the 8 seed. Bit of an upset there. Arkansas takes that 72-71. They win by a single point. I always love 1-game wins. Very exciting. St. Mary's versus UConn. UConn wins that one 70-55. TCU versus Gonzaga. Gonzaga takes that 84-81. And finally, UCLA beats Northwestern 68-63. We're to the left side of the bracket again. This gets shorter every time I go through. Alabama, the 1 seed, versus San Diego State, the 5 seed. And San Diego State upsets them, upsetting one of the favorites for the tournament. So I think at this point, all of the early prediction favorites are out after San Diego State beats Alabama 71-64. Then Creighton puts an end to Princeton's Cinderella run, beating them 86-75. Florida Atlantic continues their Cinderella run, however, beating Tennessee 62-55. I think they were an 8 seed at the beginning, but that's not super legible, but I think they're an 8 seed. Then Kansas State beats Michigan State 98-93 to punch their ticket to the Elite Eight. The Miami Hurricanes continue their roll. They're beating the Texas Longhorns 88-81. Excuse me. They continued their roll, beating Houston 89-75. I jumped ahead there, a little bit of a spoiler. Texas Longhorns beat Xavier 83-71. UConn Huskies beat Arkansas 88-65. And the Gonzaga Bulldogs beat the UCLA Bruins 79-76. So your Elite Eight teams are San Diego State, Creighton, Florida Atlantic, Kansas State, Miami, Texas, UConn, Gonzaga. San Diego State beats Creighton to punch their ticket to the Final Four, 57-56, another 1-point victory. And Florida Atlantic takes the win over Kansas State, 79-76, to get into their Final Four spot. Like I've already said, Miami beats the Texas Longhorns 88-81. And the UConn Huskies beat Gonzaga 82-54. So your Final Four was San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, Miami, and UConn. San Diego State, yet another 1-point win. They beat Florida Atlantic 72-71. And UConn beat the Miami Hurricanes 72-59 to set the national championship between San Diego State and University of Connecticut, which just finished about a couple minutes ago. And your winners of the NCAA National Championship is UConn, beating San Diego State by a score of 76 to 59. And this game was basically all UConn from the beginning. They completely dominated early. They had a 12-point lead going into halftime. San Diego State went on a bit of a run there at the end of the first half, but early on, they didn't make a field goal for multiple minutes at a time. They didn't have any points coming off the bench until midway through the second half of the game. And this was just all UConn. They were scoring all over the place from 3 inside. They just completely controlled this game top to bottom, and UConn's one of those things, like, I know them as a powerhouse in women's basketball. I don't really know what their role is in men's basketball, but they did a good job this tournament. Starting where at the 4 seed, but what a great story for San Diego State, to a 5 seed going all the way to the Natty. 5 versus a 4. You know, it's a very interesting tournament all the way through. Not a lot of chalk. I don't think, obviously based on the way there were no perfect brackets, nobody had this finals matchup at all. So it's an interesting tournament at least, and I like it when it's not a blue blood winning. You know, it's not a Duke, it's not a Kansas. It's not one of those schools winning, not a UNC. Things like this are more interesting to me, but I hope you guys liked that. As I said, I didn't really watch it, super casual, but I know you guys want me to talk about it, so hopefully you at least found this relaxing. Let me know what you thought of March Madness, what you thought of the tournament, how your favorite school fared in this tournament.